Welcome back now to the latest out of Stanford from the Michelle Troconis trial. A half a day more of forensic testimony for the jury to digest over the weekend.
NBC Connecticut's Kevin Geis is covering this trial for us and takes us through day 16 in court.
A forensics expert was back on the stand today talking about some of the evidence that was collected throughout this case. Some of the blood-like substances that were on some of that evidence, but also some not blood material that was found.
And someone would be touching or carrying this bag. And that was my thought process in collecting that sample.
Retired state forensics lab employee Anita Valonis showing the jury part of her thought process for examining evidence when it came into the lab.
I noticed reddish-brown type staining on each of these gloves.
Valonis on the stand to explain to the jury what items from Albany Avenue in Hartford screened positive for potential blood and what DNA samples were sent for analysis. She also offered some new information about that white hard piece of evidence introduced Thursday. It was sent from the state forensics lab to a different lab for further examination, but it's still unclear what it is. There were also 5 hairs analyzed by Valonis and processed for DNA analysis.
Did you go through the same process in that you attempted to determine whether or not it was human in origin?
Correct.
And did you determine that it was?
I did.
And was that forwarded to DNA?
It was. Crime scenes are not forensic laboratories.
Exactly.
Defense attorney John Schoenhorn doubling down on the basis for this testimony into screening tests for potential blood, pointing out he objected to any of it coming in. Since it was allowed, he plans to keep the state accountable for what was blood and what wasn't, even if it isn't relevant to his client.
Even though it's not about Michelle Troconis, it's not about her blood, it just keeps coming in, and it's not all blood.
We are still expecting testimony about some of those DNA results, but it's unclear when we'll get a chance to hear that testimony. Court starts here again Monday at 10. In Stanford, Kevin Geis, NBC Connecticut News.